Hi, everybody, and welcome. I am Jacqueline Kuhn with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by Angels. I have with me a great group of women who are here live. For those of you who are watching the video, thanks for tuning in to the YouTube channel. Know that for everyone who participates live, not only today do I have new election predictions, they're also going to get free oracle card readings. So I welcome you all to join live to get those extra special goodies for me. We are here today to talk about Virgo season and Archangel Metatron. I am a Virgo. I love Archangel Metatron. Even before I really understood his connection with Virgo, I always knew that he was one of my archangels. Now it all kind of makes sense since I understand the connection, and we'll get into that in a little bit. For those of you who don't know me, I am a psychic. I channel angel energy. I do readings. I tie angels to astrology. As you can see in the lower corner of this presentation, I am a member of the Global Psychic and Healer Association of America, Canada, and the UK. So if there's a service that I don't particularly excel at, not everyone can do everything. I reach out to members of this community and they are the best of the best. So if there's a service that you might be interested in and I don't necessarily have it on my list of services, I can reach out and refer you to someone who I know will service you well. As we talk, before we begin talking about Virgo season, which starts on Thursday, I'm going to just do a little background on the archangels and angel numbers, because it's pretty foundational to who I am and how I pull this together, this whole discussion and presentation together. The first thing about the archangels, there are 15 of them. 3 of them, however, are like the bosses of the other archangels. Michael, who is our protector, Raphael, who is our healer, and Haniel, who is divine feminine energy, intuition, all things knowing, from a divinely feminine perspective. Every other archangel is mapped to a zodiac sign. Knowing what your birth chart is will help you understand which archangels are there to help you out. Knowing the properties they have, knowing when they're to be called on, that's really the strength of tying your zodiac to your archangels. I know that I'm a Virgo sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. So my key archangels are Metatron and Shamuel for the Virgo Taurus. I do have a service that helps you understand your astrology and archangels. If you're interested, you can message me or check out the website separately. But it really helps you because archangels, all angels, to be honest, but archangels particularly and guardian angels were created specifically to help man when they are on this earth, our souls when they're doing earth time. Earth time is the hardest time for a soul to work through, and angels were literally created specifically for that.
Yay.
In addition, we also follow a concept called angel numbers. Angel numbers are very different than numerology. A lot of people know angel numbers because it's a 222 or a 111 or a 444. But angel numbers go beyond that. Believe it or not, just about everything in the universe can be distilled into numbers. We can get into that mathematical, scientific conversation at another day. But every day is its own angel number. Every day has a property. And when you understand angel numbers, you understand, how that day can help move you forward in your path. You can even go so far as, if you understand angel numbers and you're looking for a new place to live, make sure the address of that house is an angel number that is aligned with your path. I've known a lot of people who now that I've been studying this and talking to people who live in houses that don't suit them, and when I ask about the address, the number of this house is completely and totally not what they needed. So really, really interesting. Today is 819. Unlike numerology, super important, we do not add up the numbers to come to a single number. In angel numbers, every number stands on its own, has its own property. So today is 8, 1, and 9. Infinite abundance, create, and endings. Angel number 9 is about ending things so other things can begin. So today is a day to take a look at, what do you need to end so you can go where you need to go? What do you need to let go for abundance? What relationships are you holding on to, or people that are keeping you from moving forward? What about stuff? Is stuff taking up space, making your daily life harder? Do you have an emotional connection to stuff that you need to let go? Or what about those thoughts and feelings? Are you hanging on to thoughts and feelings that are holding you back? Today, 819 is the angel number for all of that. The other interesting thing about 819 is another way to create abundance is through being in service to others. When you are in service to others, you are letting go of selfishness and me first behavior. So it's also a really good day to think about, how can you volunteer? What do you have that you can donate? What can you give of yourself or your resources so that you can make room for more abundance? So that's what 819 is all about today. Got something in the chat. Your house number is 1080. Interesting. Creation, divine intervention, and abundance. So 1 is creation, 0 is the divine, and 8 is abundance. And so I would imagine that living in your home, you've got the ability to, it's very loving. You manifest what you need. You are extremely creative in there, and you probably are super duper happy and never want to move. Maybe good or bad, depending on if you really want to move. Yeah, angel numbers. I taught a class about angel numbers about a month ago. I will be offering it again. I'm also going to make a video of that class, just specifically a public-facing video when I make the time to do so. And I notice I didn't say find the time, because you will never find time. You have to make time.
Yeah.
Time isn't found, time is made. We make our own realities, and so we don't find it, we make it. Oh yes, thank you. Great, Lori. Okay, so we are in month 8 still, right? We are in angel number 8 with the month of August, which is a month of infinite abundance. However, this first half of the month, up until, roughly Thursday-ish, Wednesday, Thursday, we were in Archangels Zadkiel and Leo. Moving into Virgo and Metatron is a very, very different energy. What the Metatron energy brings is shedding light on what is blocking you from having abundance, so that next month, angel number 9, letting go month, you are able to let go of what you need to move forward, right? So Archangel Metatron steps in August to help you really understand what's keeping you back from abundance, whether it's current life, past life, in your DNA. I mean, it can be very, very, very deep. So now may be also a really good time to do a past life regression, to really understand what could be blocking you from moving forward. It may not be something in the here and now. It could be something that has been with your soul for a very long time. or it could be something even at your DNA level that your ancestors have brought forth through your DNA. So really good time to do that. And that's really what Archangel Metatron in August is all about, so that in September, in angel number 9, Let Go month, he can help you let go to be on your path, right? But you have to discover it. You have to understand what's keeping you from manifesting abundance in order to manifest it, if that makes sense. Which leads us up to all about Archangel Metatron. And he is really, really important, not just because he's the Archangel for Virgo, and I have true deep affection for him, but because he is one of 2 archangels who were once human. So it is written in many, many ancient texts, not the Christian Bible, however, but in a lot of other scholarly religious publications, the Kabbalah, Talmud, the Zohar, in other I don't want to say published, but non-widely published sacred works, right? It was said that he was the prophet Enoch, who when died went to heaven. And because of his knowledge of the word, he was given the job to keep the word, keeper of the records of people, keeper of the universal knowledge of all us souls. So that's why we say Archangel Metatron is keeper of the Akashic record. Help me find my path. He knows what was in your past, what is written in the book about your soul's purpose from when your soul came to earth in this incarnation. That's why he's so important, because he was one of us. He and Archangel Sandalphon, the only 2 angels of all of God's creation that were not just created out of nothingness. He was once human. So he understands the human condition. And a lot of people feel they can talk to him more easily because he was once human. The other thing about Archangel Metatron that you need to understand is this sacred geometry, this design thingy that sits above his head, right? That's the geometric cube. There's many other ways of talking about it, but I call it the sacred geometric cube. It basically is a representative of the flow of energy and represents all energy created on this earth. The outside circles and the middle circle, the outside circles are the chakras, the middle is the root chakra, and then all of the other connections in between, right? That's really what it symbolizes. So when looking at what do I need? What is my purpose? How do I move forward? Shed some light on the path that I'm on, and am I on the right one? Why can't I seem to get this or this or this happening? What's keeping me from doing that, right? At that deep, deep soul spiritual level, that is who you call upon. So things like Archangel Metatron, help me stay on my path. Archangel Metatron, I feel I've gotten off my path. Can you help me, show me the signs to get back on the right track? So that's really what he is there for, to reveal truths to us, to reveal things to us. And of course, you have to ask for help. As I've always said, angels of all kinds cannot interfere with humans. It is against divine law. He is also known as the angel of life, where Azrael is known as the angel of death because he helps move people to the other world. He helps when you give things up to move you to what is new. Archangel Metatron is giving life and wants you to use this life in the best way possible. And that's really the power of Archangel Metatron. And he happens to land squarely in September, the last 2 weeks, last week and a half, really, of August, and then squarely in September, so that he helps you understand how to gain abundance and then letting go so that you can achieve that abundance you've been manifesting in August. Really powerful these 8 to 10 weeks between August and September with Raziel and Metatron. If anyone online has any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. I'm absolutely willing to take any and all questions. So as we move to the astrology events, to the key events in astrology, we've got a lot to talk about. Some of them I'm going to whip through, and then you can watch the video if you want more. And then some I'm going to really focus on, because August 22nd through the 29th is incredible, powerful energy you all need to be aware of. And a lot of my channeled messages that I'll get to after the astrology are also kind of related to the energy of that real week. So we're going to talk about Mercury retrograde moving backward to Leo, the Aquarius full moon, which we're in right now, Virgo season, and Venus in Virgo square Mars in Gemini, Venus entering Libra, and then in September when Pluto returns to Capricorn for a super short time, huge impact, our Virgo new moon, and reminding you about Uranus being sextile Neptune, because this is an underlying theme of what is going on right now energetically. First, on Wednesday of last week, 14th? Yeah, Wednesday of last week, Mercury went backwards, retrograde into Leo. Like it was in Virgo ahead of schedule. It went retrograde in Virgo and now went back into Leo. It's going to be there until the end of the month, basically, the 28th. All you need to know about this couple of weeks of Mercury retrograde is most people are going to have very little interest or patience in work. It's going to be a time where people are like, oh, I just don't want to do the work. I really want to go do something else. Really interesting that this is happening during back to school time for kids, because it's really hard transitioning from summer break to school. And I find it extremely interesting that the energy that kids going back to school have is like smack dab in the middle of this, right? But that's what that is. So really, take it easy on yourself. Reflect on what absolutely needs to get done. If it doesn't need to get done, take these 2 weeks to go have fun. For those of us who live in climates that get really cold over winter, summer is ending, go out and play, basically. Like take a page from a kid's book and go out and play. Try not to work late, take advantage of your weekends. Really trying to do too much, business planning, getting things done wise, you're really going against the tide. So, take a step back. Your dreams are probably going to be wildly crazy right now as well. They're probably unbelievably creative, very, very colorful, lots of activity around people and reconnecting and seeing people you haven't seen in a while. And so just kind of sit with it, try to embrace it and enjoy it. Don't let it freak you out, and try to just enjoy the next 2 weeks. Trust me, there's going to be a lot of contra energy to this. Let's have fun. So when you can, I really, really encourage you to do so. It's good for your overall spiritual, physical, and mental health. We are in the middle of this super blue moon, also called a sturgeon full moon, named, yes, after the fish. Not sure exactly why it was named after the fish, but it was. It's a blue moon because it's the second full moon within a 29.5 day period, under 30 days, right? So whenever there's 2 full moons in a under 30-day period, it's called a supermoon. This moon in particular, it's in Aquarius. This moon is all about strength, perseverance, getting in touch with your spirituality, as well as in doing so, having mercy and forgiving people. So if you are a fixed sign, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you're going to feel the most impacted. You're going to feel most compelled by this moon to really dig down deep and have the strength to forgive people. While we're in this full moon, you might want to take the time to just think about who do I need to forgive? Maybe it's yourself. Maybe you've been really hard on yourself and you need to forgive yourself. So go in deep. That is the power of this full moon. And it's going to be big and beautiful and bright. So go out and take a look at it as well. It's actually something incredibly beautiful. And if you have a clear sky outside, it's going to be quite magnificent. So really take a moment before you go to bed tonight, maybe tomorrow morning when you wake up, and think about who you need to forgive. And don't forget, it may be yourself that you need to forgive. Okay, on Thursday. Holy crap. Virgo season begins. And normally when Virgo season begins, if we weren't in a Mercury retrograde, it would be all about we're getting organized, we're going to put down our goals, we're going to make these results happen, we're going to start a period of getting things done. May not be that energetic until after the retrograde. So if you have a little bit of that, yay. If you don't worry about it. It'll kick in on around or about the 28th. So it will kick in eventually. So don't worry about that. But that's really what Virgo energy is all about. Venus in Virgo, square Mars in Gemini. It happens for a very, very short period of time, literally for, I want to say 7, 8 days. Passionate energy. It could mean romance, of course. It could also mean passion for a cause. It means people passionately speaking out about what they believe. It means demonstrations. It means not necessarily being empathetic with another person's point of view. Mars, the god of war, in Gemini, right? The duality, the duality of Gemini. So it really is a time for explosive things to happen. And I'm going to say this publicly, and I'll get into it more privately, but watch really carefully what's happening Thursday, Friday in the news with our political figures. Everyone is going to be ratcheted up. Shit is going to hit the fan. And I'll go into detail about that offline. So in public forums, people don't take me off of YouTube and whatnot. But it's just volatile. So take a deep breath. Know that this is a short time of transit. And ask Archangel Zadkiel, who is the Archangel for Gemini, to help you to balance what you know and believe with what you are seeing and hearing. This is a time for you to just know who you are, what you believe in, be steady in your own knowingness so that you don't get sucked in to the passion that is out there, that may not reflect who you are at all. In fact, August 22nd through the 28th, 29th, turn the TV off, turn TV news off, turn news off your internet. Just don't even bother with it. And you'll be fine. And you will be absolutely fine. All right. That's this passionate energy that I will go into more in private when we go off recording. Okay, so on the 29th, like I said, Venus was, Virgo square Mars Gemini. On the 29th, Venus enters into Libra. We are now going to see a very, very different energy. You don't watch the news anyway. Yeah, good for you, Tiffany. Yeah, really, really good for you. And even those of you who do, just ignore it for a while, a couple of days. Trust me, you probably aren't going to miss a whole lot. But turn it back on the 27th, 28th to understand what happened. So about August 29th, when Venus enters Libra, okay, you are going to see this energy completely shift. You're going to see this this relationship, partnership, people, interpersonal at all levels, politically, publicly, personally. People are going to be a little more even keel, right? They're gonna value their commitments. They will feel more comfortable in their relationships, and people will get along better. And this is really key for Archangel Jophiel. Whenever a sign is in Libra, whenever we're under Libra influence, that triggers, you should be triggering yourself to Archangel Jophiel and say, please help me have clean, clear, positive thoughts, right? Because we will have gone from maybe two public people literally spouting vitriol to each other to handshaking, hugging, patting on the back 2 days later. And so Archangel Jophiel is, okay, help me not pass judgment, help me to have clean, clear beliefs, help me to be positive and not be skeptical, negative, conspiracy theory thinking, that kind of thing. So when Venus enters Libra and all of a sudden it looks like everybody is copacetic with each other, your natural doubt is going to happen, and ask Archangel Jophiel to help clear your thoughts. So that's why I say this energy is going to be small and compact, but then when Venus enters Libra, the Mars influence goes away. You will see a little more civility and stability. And so Archangel Jophiel is really help me clear my thoughts, make my thoughts go from negative to positive, because we know that when we think negatively, we bring negative things into our life, and we want to keep positive, 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 especially in the month of abundance. We don't want any thoughts that keeps us from blocking abundance. That kind of rounds out the energy and the astrology that I wanted to point out in specifically in August. But I did want to point to a couple of really key events happening in September. As you may remember from the beginning of the year, Pluto has been in Aquarius. It was in Capricorn for a couple of decades before moving to Aquarius at the beginning of the year. When Pluto was in Aquarius, that literally enters the quote unquote age of Aquarius, where people change their mindset and transform into doing what's right for others, not as much for self, right? Doing what is right for others, and the sort of me energy starts going away to a we energy. I'm okay, you're okay, they're okay, we're all okay together. We may be different, but we're all okay together. No one is right, no one is wrong, kind of a thing, right? That's sort of the Aquarian energy in the age of Aquarius. So Pluto on September 1st, though, goes back to Capricorn and will remain there through November 19th. This does coincide with our elections here in the United States. Pluto comes into Capricorn bringing a lot of uncertainty, because all of a sudden people are going to feel the energy shift. You're going to see the energy shift again And you're going to go, whoa, wait a minute. I thought we were beyond this. I thought we were moving in another direction moving forward. But it's literally stationed for a couple of months because we all need to complete whatever it is we personally need for true transformation. So Archangel Azrael is here to help us move forward, right? He helps move to something new, the angel of death, moving from the old to the new, not necessarily literal death, although we will see a lot more deaths in this period as souls realize, I did not sign up for this earth life at this moment in time. I'm done. So we are going to see a lot of people exiting the planet early in this September 1st to November 19th timeframe. You may, if you reflect back on it, we kind of had a lull. Like prior to this year, there was just a lot. Last year, there was just a lot of people dying, right? Way too early, way beyond, before their time, quote unquote. We're going to see a lot of that September to November, because those souls have decided they are not going to be able to complete all of their tasks for that true transformation. And so this is your time to sit down with yourself. Lori says that my screen froze and that it froze on passionate energy. Does anybody else not see Pluto in Capricorn? You can either come off mute or in chat. Okay, Christina, you see it? Okay. Okay, so Lori, maybe your Zoom froze. Okay, great. Thank you. But thanks for bringing that up, Lori. Wanted to make sure everybody sees it. Yeah, so you really need to think about going into deep prayer, into deep meditation, asking your archangels, Archangel Metatron, what is blocking me from moving forward from this true transformation? It's really an important thing to have happen in this small period of time, because after November 19th, Pluto goes back into Aquarius for 20 years. It stays in a sign for a very, very long period of time because of the influence that Pluto has. It's truly transformational. And in Aquarius, it's going to be completely and totally different for those of us who, haven't been around for more than 70 years. Let's put it that way. If you've been around more than 70 years, the energy is going to seem very normal and comfortable to you. That ends up coming out of this. But if you haven't, you're going to find it really tough. And I'm the generations of people under 35, under 35, 40 are going to find it particularly difficult, because they grew up. Gee, one of the perks of your age. Yeah, Kathleen, of course. They grew up in a time where it was all about what can I do to get ahead? And we're going to move back to not necessarily the culture of the 40s and 50s, but the philosophy and energy of the 40s and 50s of I am here to help my neighbor, right? The time where knocking on a neighbor's door and asking for sugar didn't have to go through ring because you didn't trust somebody who was at your door to be who they were, right? You just welcomed your neighbor in your house. You didn't check your ring first to see actually who was at your door. You went and answered it because you were being neighborly. That is the kind of energy that Pluto in Aquarius is going to be introducing. And if you're not ready to be there for your neighbor and be there for others, if you were in this, I'm doing this for myself and I'm keeping up with the Joneses and I'm in competition and I'm working, those are the people who are going to be like, holy crap, Yeah, we do need that, Tiffany. Those are the people that are going to be like, holy crap, this is not what I signed up for. Because a lot of people just, can't like the fact that they have all of these barriers around them because it keeps people at bay, right? I mean, you can be extremely selective by who you let enter your inner circle. And Pluto in Aquarius is much more open and inclusive than that. Much, much more inclusive than that. All right. Yes, the older ones are here to help the younger ones. So really, in all honesty, that's also the energy of the 40s and the 50s. We learned from our elders, right? We leaned on grandparents and parents more so than kids today. Kids today move away, right? Our ties to family aren't necessarily as close as they used to be. So yeah, so a lot of that energy will be coming back, and it doesn't mean that we're going to be losing all of the freedoms and advancements that we've had since then. What it means is we're going to be able to take them and help each other, right? As opposed to take them and be for numero uno. The other big thing is the September 2nd Virgo new moon. Really, really great opportunity to get this fall season and get yourself your list of to-dos written out, established. Any new routines, maybe you've been lax at journaling and you need to get back at it, right? Get yourself organized. It's interesting if you look at nature. What is nature doing right now? Squirrels are collecting nuts to put away. Animals are getting fat so they can hibernate, right? Like that, think of that as this is our time during the Virgo new moon to figure out what we need to complete the rest of the year, right? To get us through October, November, and December. So on September 2nd in the new moon, just kind of sit there and feel the energy and, start writing down on paper. The best way to take advantage of the moon's energy is just writing things on paper, because your natural flow and rhythm with the earth will help carry you through. If you're typing on a computer, it's very artificial. So just start writing it down. What you need to do to make it through the end of the year. So do that with the September 2nd new moon, and you will find it much easier to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Just a reminder, we are still Uranus sextile Neptune. So underneath all of this through the end of the year is spiritual awakening. Our intuition is heightened. If you believe that you feel a certain way, or you saw something, or you're being connected to your spirit team in a more profound way, you are. That's actually happening right now. And that's also why, as we go through some of this more difficult energy that we're going to be experiencing in the next couple of weeks, lean in on that. Spiritual awakenings and the angels go hand in hand. Lean in on them and they will be here for you. So let's take advantage of this Uranus sextile Neptune, where we are more in tune with what's going on around us, and where our spirit team is more accessible to us. It's just our beings are way more in tune. And if you need help in becoming more attuned, if you really want to open up that third eye, I know you're all not going to have anything this big, but I think it's pronounced selenite, Selanite. It really helps you open up your third eye. It's a crystal whose power is I can personally feel it when I take it, when I put it up to my third eye. I can just feel the energy and how it's opening me up to seeing things. So get a selenite crystal to help you take advantage. I think I may be mispronouncing it. You have some from a mountain hike. Yeah, that stuff is perfect for helping tap into your intuition. I found that a fellow card reader I've become friends with has a little pop-up shop, and she was selling it at her pop-up shop. I'm like, oh my God, I need this. Where did you get it? It's like so friggin' cool. It's pronounced. Okay, thank you, Tiffany. I never know if I'm pronouncing things right. All right. Okay, my channeled messages that I will be publicly talking about. Oh, the dates are wrong. It's really the dates here should say today through September 2nd. So this is really today through September 2nd. Didn't update the dates on the slide. So in pulling cards, my theme for the year that I felt all the way back in December was health. Health was going to be a theme of the year. And that's the first card that I pulled up for now through like September 2nd, 3rd, like the first week of September, is Archangel Raphael, the Lovers, the health card. And when he shows up in the Lovers, it's about healthy relationships and making sure your relationships are healthy and you are healthy in them, that you are not in relationships that are unhealthy for you, and that the people you are in relationships with are also healthy in those relationships. Really important as we go through some of this volatile energy, because if you are with people who are not healthy, this, you know, Venus, Virgo, sextile Mars, Gemini energy can also breed violence. And so if you are in a relationship where you are with a person who has some anger management issues, get that addressed, and or maybe go off on your own for about a week. So it's a trigger time. And the fact that this card came up is just my message to you that make sure you are in healthy relationships around people who have healthy responses to situations and don't put yourself in jeopardy. Because people who aren't healthy, who have anger management issues, are going to get triggered by some of this energy, and it may not be good for you. Archangel Raphael, keep healthy relationships and be in healthy relationships. Archangel Azrael, like I didn't make this up, right? Archangel Azrael, time to let go to complete your spiritual transformation. And it's amazing that this showed up right about the time when we've got, Capricorn, Pluto moving back into Capricorn. I honestly, I just pulled the card. I didn't, I just do what the cards tell me and what the energy tells me. And so that's really another message about releasing and letting go. Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire is really all about new beginnings, career-wise, job-wise. I don't know how to, I can get back to you on the pronunciation of that guardian angel. I have a cheat sheet on guardian angel pronunciations. So the Ace of Fire, this is a time where new beginnings for people and careers. Now, take a step back. This is collectively. So I will be talking about this in context of my political predictions offline, but all I will say is you will see familiar people in different roles. Familiar people taking different new roles that they had before or that you knew them for. So personally, this is a good time to take on a new opportunity or a new beginning, but also when you look collectively, know that in the political landscape of the United States, familiar people are going to be in new roles. I'll leave it there and talk about more in detail when we get off mic so I don't get banned from YouTube. Then we got the Four of Air. The Four of Air is just to remind us that, hey, you know, sometimes moving forward is hard. It's not easy. Take time to rest, reflect. Don't be in constant motion. Make sure you're really good and you're sitting with the change you want to make before you make it. And even, you know, maybe just literally take a break, go to a happy place, whether it's a beach, the woods, the library, whatever your happy places where you kind of go to be by yourself, to be one before making a big move or a big decision. Go ahead and do that, because you're going to need that so you can get into the transformation that's happening. And then the King of Earth, the King of Earth. So honestly, this is like the reminder that we create what the world we are living in. Whether we have abundance, whether we do not, there's no such thing as luck. There's only creation and cause. If you believe it's possible, if you feel you are worthy, you will have the abundance you need. There's a lot of stuff going on financially. The markets aren't doing well. Prices are going up. There's a lot going on that's really attacking our pocketbooks right now and our financial situations, and people's retirement savings are, you know, barely breaking even, if not losing money. So there's a lot going on. But the King of Earth is here to say, we make our own abundance. If we believe that we create our opportunities, and if we feel worthy of having abundance, it is there to take. It is for us to have. So as you hear things, and as we've been living, you know, with higher gas prices and the cost of things going up, instead of retreating and saying, oh my God, I can't make it this month, it's, I will make it if I do these kinds of things. And maybe it means, you know, not spending money in a certain area, or maybe it means, you know, picking up extra work doing something for someone, right? So the King of Earth, you are responsible for your own abundance as long as you believe it's possible and feel you are worthy. Which brings us to the Sun card, which is Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel is really the archangel for wisdom of self, right? Self-wisdom. Know your limits, know your boundaries, really know who you are, what you can and cannot do, what you are willing to do and not willing to do, right? You know, are you willing to bend rules? Are you willing to break rules, right? What lines won't you cross, right? So this is all about understanding yourself, have confidence in yourself, and you will achieve a positive outcome, right? This is all about wisdom of self. And it's really important in the next 3-4 weeks, because you are, and we're already hearing it, right? Messages coming from media, coming from sources telling us all kinds of things. What was up is down, what was, you know, red is green. It's happening all the time. We need to know our truth, do your own homework, believe in yourself, have confidence that your path is your path and you will get there, and rely on Archangel Uriel for that self-wisdom in case you start doubting yourself. And we got this last month, and always, I think the Ten of Fire, there's a lot going on right now in the world, at home, in our personal lives. And it's really to remind you, you know, you don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself. Ask for help. Friends, family, neighbors, ask for help. It's amazing when you ask for help people will rally around you. So a personal kind of message to this one, last Saturday, no, 2 Saturdays ago now. 2 Saturdays ago, I had a reunion of friends I've known literally my whole life. We all have known each other since either kindergarten or first grade. And we got together, and we were talking about what's going on in our lives. And I was sharing some of the things that I was, kind of looking for. And people were like saying, oh, did you check this? Oh, I have this person over here. You may want to give them a call. Oh, by the way, like all you have to do is ask people. And it's amazing what help and resources they may want to bring to you. And so that's really our reminder to not have to go it all alone. It's helping the person who's helping you, because it makes them feel good that they can help somebody else. So don't go it alone, especially when times get tough. Reach out to someone who you feel comfortable reaching out to. I think the only other thing that I'm going to share publicly before we go off into private session is that don't let others, the other message I got was, don't let others convince you or talk you into something that you don't otherwise want to do. That's the knowing your self-worth. That's the wisdom of yourself. Make sure that you don't start doubting yourself because of what you're hearing from others, and even people who may be extremely close to you, right? You have your life, you have your perspective. No one knows your position better than you. And if you need help, you ask Archangel Uriel for help, ask Archangel Metatron for help in making sure you're on your path. Ask Archangel Raphael for the relationship with this person to be healthier if someone's trying to convince you of something, or ask Archangel Azrael to help let them go, right? So really make sure you guard yourself right now, and you don't have people trying to convince you in something that is truly, truly not what you believe in. All right, before we go into private session, a couple of announcements to wrap this video up. Thank you for those watching the video. I truly appreciate it. We're going to go into private session where I'm going to talk about our predictions, and I'm going to give everybody an oracle card reading. So next month, if you can join us live, that would be fantastic. Next month, we will be live on Wednesday, September 14th. I'm doing it a couple of days before the Pisces lunar eclipse because I want to make sure I include that along with the Libra season, which is actually going to be about a week after that. But I want to make sure that we talk about the Pisces lunar eclipse. And trust me, there will have been plenty going on by that time, including a presidential debate that we'll definitely have to talk about. I'm also booking fall parties. It's one price for up to 12 people. If you're in the Chicago area, I'll do it in person. If you're not, we can do it over Zoom and have a Zoom party, especially if you've got friends who are scattered about the world like I do. Getting on a Zoom call and doing readings for each other and just, talking about angels and whatnot. I'm booking fall parties right now. I have new crystal angels in stock. I've got guardian angel keychains and coins, and very, very soon on my website, I've got Archangel t-shirts so you can wear your archangels with you. Thank you for joining us. Those of you on the YouTube video,
September, Wednesday is the 11th of September, not the 14th.
What day is the 14th?
Saturday.
Oh. Okay, I just Mercury retrograded myself.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do it on the 11th.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll do it on the 11th. Ooh, 9/11. Oh my God. Okay. That sent chills.
Cool.
That sent chills up my spine.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kathleen,
you're welcome.
for correcting that. Yeah, the 18th would be too late. So I don't know why whatever. I do that a lot.
Oh,
So
oh,
September 11th, Wednesday. For those of you watching the video, thank you, Kathleen, for correcting me.
you're welcome.
Um, Everything happens for a reason. And with that, I will now stop the video and we will go into